Okay, so here's an update on the pedestal set. Since that last segment that you just watched, it's been about 2 weeks, and work has progressed on the pedestal set, but I haven't had as much time to work on TVs as I would like. I spent a week in Los Angeles on business for work, and then I spent another week in New York City playtime with the family. So I've been really busy the last couple of weeks. I apologize for updates not coming very quickly on the Philco Predictas, but I have pulled the circuit board off of the 9L37 chassis for the pedestal set, and I have it almost completely recapped. I still have a few more resistors to check. And as you can see, my K-networks have arrived. If you'll recall, I inquired from Bob Anderson of B. Anderson TV on YouTube if he would make a set of these for me, or two sets actually. And they have come, and you can see that they are pretty cool looking. They fit right in where they're supposed to go, and he has painted them to where they look very much like the originals, and size-wise they are very much like the originals, so I'm very happy about that. That was a project. Obviously I was going to get my perf board out and do that and do it myself, but Bob really has it down to a science, and he didn't charge very much at all for those. In fact, I think he's going to make more and sell some on eBay, and I may even pick up another set or two in case I ever do a Predicta again, because that's just too easy. And he has a known process, and we know that these work, and they work correctly. So yeah, so I've got another set here, and this is the circuit board for the holiday set, and I just need to install these K-networks in this board, and then reinstall this board into that chassis. And actually we'll be very close to doing a power up. I do have to do a little bit of work on the flyback of that set, and I will be using the RTV 133. It's a black adhesive that's rated for high electricity. So this is what it looks like, and this stuff is really expensive. I think this tube was $70, so I'll definitely make sure that I seal that back up properly, and should be able to use this for several flybacks if I ever need to recoat flybacks. This should last for quite a while. And then I have to do a complete redo on that one. Okay, so here's a look at the pedestal set flyback, and you can see that I've pretty much got all of the old wax coating off of it. I had to use basically an X-Acto knife and chip away at it. And you have to be really careful over here in this area because of these tiny wires that connect. Now this part right here is a repair that I did earlier, and I'll go ahead and leave that on, but I'll make sure it's recoated as well. That's just liquid tape, and it's basically holding that onto the flyback. So after I get these flybacks recoated and get these circuit boards reinstalled into both chassis, we will be ready to do a power up. Now I still haven't addressed on either chassis the silicone rectifiers You can see one down here. And then there's another one over here in this area. Can replace those with modern diodes, which I'll probably end up doing, but I'm just going to power it up with the originals in there at first and see what kind of B plus voltage I'm getting. And if it doesn't seem to be sufficient or working correctly, I'll go ahead and replace those diodes. But other than that, you know, both of these chassis are getting very close to a power up. So I'll get these recoated, let it set up for a day or two, and reinstall these boards and be ready for a power up. Now on this particular chassis, the high voltage cage, I just wanted to show you, got some cleaning to do here with all that wax that basically dropped to the bottom. I need to try to clean that up. That's going to take some lacquer thinner probably to get all that gunge off of there. And then this will probably take a soak probably for a week or so in some evapor rust. I'll try to get this cleaned up and then polish it up, and that'll be fine. We can power it up without that on, obviously, so that won't prevent us from doing a power up on this one. So yeah, let me get this last bit of work completed, and hopefully when I come back we'll be ready to power up both of these chassis. Wow, just had to show you guys real quick what a mess this high voltage cage was. This is just like a real sticky goo, like the worst pancake syrup you've ever seen. And you know, used a screwdriver to just get this stuff out, and it's just a sticky mess. So yeah, not much fun. Probably gonna have to take a wire brush and some lacquer thinner to get the rest of that out, but that is just a sticky, gooey mess. And yeah, just wanted to show that to you real quick. Some of the not so fun things about restoring some of these old TVs. I mean, this old wax covering that was on these Predicta flybacks is just not very good at all. And you know, you definitely don't want to get this on the floor and get it on your shoes and then walk through your house with it. That's it's basically like tar. But yeah, that RTV, that should take care of that real good, and shouldn't have this problem in the future. I just want to show you that real quick. Some of the not so fun things to do. Okay guys, have the holiday set back up on the chassis. I have the board reinstalled. I have all the tubes populated, with the exception of the high voltage rectifier tube. I have it pulled right now, as well as the cap off the horizontal output tube, because we're going to do a power up. And just to verify that I still have filament, that the pilot light works, and we could have some sound. I'm being optimistic here that I've got a signal attached, and so the next step will be is if we know we've got our filament string back in order, we'll pop the high voltage tube back in, and since I've changed all the electrolytics and basically every cap in this set, I'm really not too worried about anything going up in smoke, unless it's wired, of course, wrong. That could cause a problem. But let's see. Let's put some power on it. See what happens. Okay, we got pilot light. That's good. Good sign. Got tubes lighting up. Damper tube's lighting up. So yeah, if one tube's lighting up, they're all gonna light up. So, oh, we've got some sound.
Starring Barbara Billingsley, Hugh Beaumont, Tony Dow, and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver.
Oh, that's cool. Alright, got sound. Alright. So, turn the power off to the set. And let's plug this high voltage rectifier back in and see what happens. Hopefully, we'll get high voltage. And if I'm lucky, we'll get a raster or even a show. So I got the video cable, everything's ready to go. Alright, here we go. Cross your fingers. Oh, need to put some power on it. There we go. Oh, cool. Raster. Oh, great. I'll move you guys around here where you can see that a little bit. Awesome. It's not perfect, but maybe we can line it out. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Good horizontal or good vertical. Picture seems to be centered pretty well. Maybe the vertical's not as good as I thought it was.
Oh, Ward, wouldn't it be cute if the Beaver really did have a crush on some little girl in his class?
How about that? Let's see here. Get this vertical roll stopped. But hey, pretty good start. Brightness. It's a pretty good brightness.
Oh, that's just fine, Beaver. You've been such a big help. Thank you so much.
Let's see here. There's contrast.
Do you want me to empty out your wastepaper basket, Miss Canfield?
Okay, that looks like a horizontal frequency issue.
No, I haven't thrown anything else in it. Thank you just the same.
There we go.
Well, Beaver, you could put these books on the desk for tomorrow. I have to take this down the hall. Yes, Miss Canfield.
Picture's still a little jumpy, and I'm not exactly sure why. I'm gonna have to probably mess with this a little bit and the inner controls in here, but you guys are getting a good look at that. It's pretty well centered.
What are you doing, Beaver?
Obviously, it's got some jumpiness, and it doesn't want to quite vertically lock, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Not bad at all. It's a real good start. Good sound. That's a pretty good picture.
What do you mean? Go ahead, prove it. Put this in your desk.
Yeah, all right. So the first Predicta, the holiday, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna get a screwdriver out and mess with the inside controls a little bit. Let this play for a while and make sure it's stabilized. It looks like it's stabilized pretty good right now. And yeah, that looks pretty good right now. Now, I can put this back in the cabinet to do when I come back, I have the other 9L37 chassis put back together as well. And I'll get that chassis that goes to the pedestal and its CRT up here on the bench. And man, hopefully it plays as good as this one does right out of the chute. I was not expecting this at all. Get you a good look at the view here. I mean, the picture's centered pretty good as is. I was expecting to have to do some adjustments, but not very much at all. So yeah, looks like there's no problems. The sound's good. Need to put the high voltage cage cover back on. Yeah, let me work with this a little bit more, and let's get that other one up on the bench and see if it does as well as this. I can be 2 for 2. Okay, guys, before I get the holiday or the pedestal set chassis up, I thought I'd give you a last look at this chassis out of the cabinet. I made a decision to go ahead and put this back in the chassis or in the cabinet. I can do all the other adjustments that I need to do, pretty sure, with go ahead and putting this back together. I've got some more cleaning to do on this CRT. I thought I'd give you a last look at it playing. It's been playing for about a half an hour now, and let's turn some lights off and see what it looks like. I don't know if that'll do well on my camera or not. But yeah, it's
Darling, I don't doubt it. Kids do sneak out at night, you know.
Well, don't you think you ought to speak to them about it?
Yeah, but not right now.
poor old June's worried about those boys sneaking out.
I'm sure it's perfectly harmless. I used to sneak out at night. I used to go out looking for night crawlers or borrowing apples off the neighbor's tree.
Yeah, guys, I can't believe how easy it was to null this thing out after powering it up. I mean, it is really surprising how well that looks. Well, now it's rolling. That's interesting. Haven't done that in over a half an hour. Yeah, that looks good. Now I just hope I hope the other chassis plays as well, but that would be just too lucky. That would be way too lucky. So when you see this one again, it'll be back in its cabinet.